Hey everyone, World Film Geek here, and today I'm interviewing writer-director Will Wernick. He directed the 2017 horror film Escape Room. His latest film, No Escape, is coming September 18th to select theaters, digital, and on demand. Enjoy the interview. So, I watched No Escape, and at first I thought this was going to be another Saw Hostel type movie, but then I was blown away with how that movie ended. Like to this, like my mouth was
Oh, thank
dropped
you.
ever since I watched it. Like I just couldn't stop. Like
Oh, thank you.
so, I thought it was a great film overall.
Very cool. Thank
So,
you very much.
so my first question is, what inspired you to write and direct the film?
Well, the film came about. We had my first feature was called Escape Room. It was a very small movie that Lionsgate picked up and then did well all over the world. And we were talking about doing a follow-up to that, for which we had gotten another writer to write a draft of. It was more of a straight escape room type movie. And then I had written a couple of drafts of movies that were more sort of just super straight escape room movies. But since Sony had done one and a couple of other people had made them, it felt a little bit tired. So we went back to the drawing board a bit, and at that time I had been watching a lot of vlogs, which I started finding really interesting. A guy named Casey Neistat and a few others. And I found it fascinating how they sort of create these characters for themselves. And I thought an escape room would be a really nice sort of mirror for that. And once we started down that path, it all came together pretty darn quickly.
Interesting. So, in terms of Escape Room, would you say in some ways that the film was like a thematic sequel to Escape Room, if you kind of think about it?
Sort of an in-spirit sequel. How about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that worked. And yeah, and that's the thing. These viral stars, they're that's like becoming the big thing now. I mean, with just the recent movie Spree, which is about a guy who's so desperate to go viral, he kills his passengers of his rideshare. So it's kind of like that whole social media viral thing that seems to be all the rage today.
Yeah, well, it's funny how the lives of films work, because we shot this film, we were on set almost exactly 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
So, I think we saw that coming a bit and got it done, but it takes a long time to get these things out.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think you're going to see a lot of those type of movies.
Yeah, I think so too. The cast was excellent in this film. Keegan Allen, Holland Roden, Denzel Whitaker. I mean, they were all great. What was it like working with them on the set?
It was great. Our casting director, Brittany Ward, put together a really wonderful cast. Keegan, specifically, the movie centers entirely around him. We needed somebody that understood what it was to be sort of social media famous, but I also didn't want to cast just a social media person.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a great actor, and he grew up around the business. In our first meeting, he actually went live on his phone, and a couple thousand people were immediately watching, and then he connected with a fan who freaked out. And it was an interesting view into the reality of this. He's got 6.5 million people just sitting there waiting for him. And I think that can't not change someone.
Yeah.
He's pretty grounded, but I don't think everyone in the industry is so grounded about it.
Yeah, Yeah, I noticed that too. And like it said, and what was really surprising was I thought this was going to be a movie about just like all the terrors that's been going on, with Russian lifestyle and culture with the gangsters. Because you had that first little part with the nightclub, then it goes to the escape room,
Yeah.
and then you just throw the curveball with the kidnapping, and that's where it just went like, whoa. I was not expecting that, and
Sure.
that was mind-blowing. And I've seen Pasha Lynchnikov in other movies, and he's a great actor. He must have been great to work with on this one.
He's really fun. He's so Russian, and he's so, he's been here forever doing it. He did theater in Moscow, and all the Russian in this is authentic. I wrote it all in English, but we found actors that could speak fluent Russian, whether they were from Russia or the surrounding areas. And then one of our main camera ops is native Russian, so he was kind of my ears on set to make sure they were saying what I thought they needed to be saying, and also it was coming across as authentically as native speakers.
That's awesome. So how long did shooting take, and what challenges did you face during production?
I think the biggest challenge for me with this was, a lot of the things that help you get a movie made when it's a very small movie, like our first one, aren't necessarily advantages on a larger movie like this. So learning how to sort of adapt to having a larger team around you was really interesting for me. We shot for 26 days in Los Angeles. 24 days were sort of more standard, larger crew, and then 2 of the days were a smaller crew to shoot all of the social media footage.
Interesting.
Of him growing up and sort of traveling around and stuff. And then that was supplemented by my own personal sort of travel footage that I have over the last 10 years, plus 2 of our producers travel a lot.
Wow.
We had a wealth of it.
Oh, so you didn't shoot any of this in Russia at all. You just made like the sets basically.
No, it's all Los Angeles.
Whoa, wow. Because I gotta say, I've seen all these movies where it's set in Russia and they just use Russian locations, even for like I was like, that's pretty amazing that you practically turned LA into Russia. That's just mind blowing.
Oh, yeah, I think we didn't try to focus on trying to make it look huge in Russia or anything. We just wanted it to feel real, and Ontario Airport has a very similar architecture to the airport in Moscow, so that helped.
Oh, that's awesome. So finally, with film and TV production currently slowly on its way back after this whole pandemic, are there any new projects in the works that you can talk about?
Several. The next thing I'm doing, I'm directing a film called White Bread that's going to shoot in Canada in November, December. So we'll be heading up there pretty soon. That's exciting and a bigger film for me. It's something that I'm only directing. I'm not producing, so that's going to be a nice change for me. A company called Roar and a company called Showdown I'll put that together. Nice.
So No Escape is coming out on September 18th, and those who love escape room films but need something more added to it are really going to want to see this one, especially because I'm not spoiling it, but the ending is one of the most shocking I've ever seen in a film like this. And Will, you did an amazing job, and I hope this film does become a hit.
Thank you so much. We'll watch for it. It's going to be playing at a bunch of drive-ins around the country, and it will be in theaters. We're confirming just how many and where over the next few days, but it'll be a lot of places. Hopefully, check it out.
Well, for the fans, you guys keep an eye out for that, because you definitely will want to see this movie. And Will, thank you again for taking the time to talk about it.
Thank you, too.
All right, take care.